Today we're going to make a puppet, and I was thinking, oh, we're best placed for making puppets here because we have a lot of puppets in this house. This is Spike here. You can open his mouth. Hello. And this one is Bert, who even has her own poem. And this one Tom made when he was in year 5. Amazing. Is he going to talk? And so we're ready. But I was thinking, what are you going to make? What materials do you have? And we're thinking, you've got socks in the house. Tomorrow we'll make some stick puppets, and then we might make some finger puppets. But today it's socks. So find an old sock, ask permission, and when you get your sock on, remember to put your thumb in the heel, and then you've got a lovely puppet already, probably. Maybe a little bit, one that's a bit big for your hand, not too tiny. And then you have to find out its character. So it might be a quivering one, or it might be a happy one, or it might be all sorts of things. And then you have to build on its character. You can have a chat with it. Hello. And you might want to stuff it. I'm going to give you a few quick ideas and a few techniques, and then you can just, Betty's making one over there, so I'm just going to make his one. I'm going to stuff this one's nose, put a little elastic band around there. If you haven't got any stuffing fabric, maybe you've got a bit of newspaper that you can scrunch up and use, or maybe you've got some old tea towel or old t-shirt that you could use, or rags. So if you don't, in this house, oh yes, in this house, hello, we've got some wonderful things. We've got all sorts of fabrics. We've got felt, which is really easy to sew and it doesn't fray, and we've got like fur fabric, and we've got all sorts of stuff that we can use, and we're going to sew today. So we've got needle and thread and pins, just in case you need help with the pins. And I made some eyeballs out of a button that popped off a pillow, and then I painted it into an eyeball shape. I wonder if it's still a bit wet actually. There. I would put my eyeballs there when they're dry. And then I've got to think about all the things it might have on it. Oh yes. Oh, hang on. I think this one is very, very shy and quivery, and you might need some quivery eyes and some little eyebrows even, or ears. So let's have a look. We could make ears here. Find a circle, and this is felt, so it's much easier to sew than most other fabrics. If you don't have a sewing kit, improvise. Use a bit of glue or something, or the button will be yucky. So I've made a circle, and there's so many things you could do. You just make it up. But say this is going to be a pair of ears. That was a circle. I folded it in half and then cut it into 2 semicircles. And then to make an ear, you could fold it up. Fold it up and sew it like that, and then sew it maybe like that onto your puppet. I'll show you sewing. So to get a needle threaded, get your needle and your thread. And I always do a sort of an arm's length, but if you've got, don't do it too long. Anyway, double arm's length or a bit less than that. And then to thread the needle, how can you see that? You have to put it through the needle, like that, and then I always double thread it, and at the end you've got the 2 ends. Oh, that's tricky to see. And you do a loop over your finger, and then double it through the loop so that the thread is all going in to that loop, that kind of a knot. You need to do that a few times. Loop it through, make a bigger knot, so that when you start the sewing, that knot will end it from coming out. Where's my semicircle? There's a semicircle. You can fold it, start your threading, and then go over stitch. So over that, and then to go over a stitch again, you go through the same side you went through again, and over the same side. That's over stitch. So you're going over the fabric in the same side you went in before, and then over the fabric again. And then to do a knot, you're going to go through. And if it knots up, you can undo it a little bit. Go through and then just leave a loop, and then go through that loop to knot it. That's a knot. But when you're doing your sewing, before you come to the end, make sure that there's enough thread to do that knot and tie it off before. Don't sew it so that your needle comes out to here, because you won't be able to knot it at the end. You can rewind and learn that again if you want. And then to sew it onto your animal or human puppet, you leave your hand that you do stuff with, and then place it on. Find out where it goes best. A little ear, there and there maybe. And then you're going to have to sew it in the inside, and that's real tricky. It would be easier with a glue gun, but very painful if you've got that wrong. So we're sewing today. So what I'm doing is I'm holding it on and then going in the same sort of stitch, in and out. You may need help with this. And in and out. Glue it if you can't do it. Doesn't have to last forever. Doesn't matter. And then just with the gluing, it might glue the whole puppet together if you're not careful. And if you haven't got your hand inside with this sewing, that would sew the whole puppet together as well. You can't sew it flat because it would be sewing the top onto the bottom, and you need to get your hand in. So there's my puppet's ear on. And remember, I'm going to do my knot. I haven't finished the puppet's ear. I'll do that in sped up time. Oh, I sewed it onto itself. Look. Yep. There. Anyway, there's an ear on. And then we'll need to be able to sew the eyes all. Does anyone know how to sew on a button? You can sew the buttons on or glue them on. And what else? Well, you might want, you can actually find those sort of eyeballs. You could put on googly eyeballs, or you could put on, Tom's made some eyeballs out of white buttons, and he stuck some black blobs on. That'd be good. Or you could use, what else do we have? Achoo! Or we could have lips. Tom had a good idea earlier on. Some beautiful lips. 1, 2, beautiful lips. Oh, don't fall off. Beautiful lips. And we could have a tongue. And you could sew that in or stick that in. All sorts of things to build up your character. And then don't forget to talk to it. And then, oh, you've got pom-poms. You could stick on them as noses or eyeballs or ears. Or you could, all sorts of things. Eyebrows, everything. Let's have a go. Okay. Non, de rien, non, je ne regrette rien.